This coming Saturday will mark the 4th Pet Fest at Henry Meyer Festival Park. It is free and open to the public, along with your cats and dogs.
The festival draws thousands of people and pets and has plenty of pet-centered activities. One of those activities is an appearance by our next guest. It's Linda Pavlovich. Is that how you say it? Pavlovich, who is an animal communicator. She's here along with Brian Neiman from Family Foods, who is the host of Pet Fest. And we had you not bring your pup today just so that she wouldn't scare her.
Just trying to keep it copacetic here.
But usually you see him with his puppy on his lap as well. Good to have you both here.
Great to see you.
4th year, you guys, for Pet Fest. This is huge. Free parking. Free event. This is so exciting for people to come out and bring their pets and enjoy pet activities.
Absolutely, yeah. Last year we had about 10,200 people and a staggering 3,600 dogs and cats. So it keeps growing every year.
Wow, and part of it's because there's so many fun things to do, right?
Yeah, the way we design the festival is you get to participate with your pets. So we have everything from lure courses to a doggy dash to see how fast your dog can run. We have dock diving, which your dog can participate in. There's just so many things that you're getting to do things with your pet.
I love that. The fact that it's free, too, is absolutely fantastic. You mentioned some of the fun things there to do. One of the other cool things is that Linda is going to be there. And is it true, because I'm fascinated in this, you've already had some sort of communication with Blue?
Yes. When they approached me, I asked for the animal's name only. And because whenever I do my consultations, they're all done by phone, so the animal is not stressed out like poor Blue is today. But we thank Blue for doing this. And that way, I explain ahead of time. So we've had some chats.
What's your take on Blue?
Blue was a little leery in the beginning, but I told him he'd stay with Mommy and I don't need to hold him.
Okay.
And you're doing just that.
He is doing well.
And so he said, yeah, he communicated a little bit. So did you have some special questions?
Well, his big issues are that he's very vocal. He's extremely vocal, and he loves to do it only at me.
And at night, when she's trying to sleep.
And at night, it gets louder and louder. He does not like when I'm asleep. Even if I take a nap during the day, he will meow at me incessantly so that I wake up.
Okay, Blue, what's going on? He would like more attention.
Yeah, he does want
more attention. He feels he's a little neglected. And not meaning care-wise, meaning quality time together. And unfortunately, that's something I hear a lot in a lot of pet. Yeah. Even my own pets complain about that.
He doesn't love to play with toys. He'll play with a laser a little bit. He'll play hide and go seek, so we do that. But yeah, he also, what else does he do? I mean, he's a pretty good boy other than that. He's a hunter. He likes to hunt for his water.
Okay. He's been talking about treats. Does he have special treats?
He does lately, today and last night, but usually we don't use a lot of treats.
Okay. Does he have a special, because I was driving here and he's like, ask her about this, and I'm like, okay. Does he have a special treat that maybe you used to give him a while back, but it sort of smells to you, so you don't give it to him much, but he adores it?
Yes. I do. It's
okay.
When we first had him for the first 4 years, we gave him tuna all the time, and I don't give it to him anymore.
Okay.
Because you don't like the smell of it?
No, and then his breath is awful, and he comes and meows in my face, and it smells like fresh tuna.
He kept telling me, you've got to ask this question, and I'm like, okay.
Because you like tuna, don't you? He loves tuna.
I've had cats, and some of the things smell horrible, but they're wonderful to them.
He loves tuna. But he also, you know, it doesn't always work well with his digestive system.
I was just going to say, sometimes they're not supposed to have that. So, Blue, can your mom find a different treat for you that would substitute for tuna?
What do you think?
She said you're going to have to work really hard.
Yeah, because tuna's hard to replicate.
He'll do little toys. He'll do little tricks with it, but that's about it right now.
Are there examples of other questions that people will ask you where things come to you and it's something either very common or very unusual?
Yeah, yes. A lot of people call me for different things. A lot of them. More and more, the animals interact with us. That was one of the messages all the animals asked me. Please be cognizant that what we as pet parents do affects our home. not only the rest of the people, but the animals also. And more and more I find that many of the issues the pets are having are also things the pet parents are dealing with or have other people in the house dealing with. They are so loving to us, they want to take on our issues.
They do.
And it's not really always their job to do that. It's our job in our journey to do that. And the other part is everybody needs a job. So what is Blue's job?
He needs a job. His job right now is sleeping.
Okay.
He sleeps a lot. He's 15.
So maybe we could work together and find a job for him because
What's
he
an
would like
example of a job for a cat?
A job for a cat is, I had a friend who married later in life, and she had animals, and her partner loved the dog but was tolerant of the cat. When they were pregnant, he absolutely forbid the cat to be in the nursery as it was being set up, and the cat was older. And she said, well, that's too bad, we come as a package, so that's the way it is. What they did was, we figured out a job for the cat was the watch person to alert them when the baby had problems and they didn't know. Cat never entered the room. One night the cat kept jumping on and off the bed, wasn't allowed on the people's bed, mom and dad's bed, kept howling and running up and down the hall, and finally jumped on the people, and they're like, what is going on? What's your problem? They had the baby monitor on. Baby didn't say a thing. Baby was running a high fever, kept running down the hall, standing outside the baby's room. And finally they went in to check and see what was going on. Was running a fever, had an ear infection, ended up in the ER. That's a job.
That's fascinating.
Did a very good job.
That's great. So, yeah, Blue's ready. That's going to be his job. So people can talk to you, see more about what you do if they visit Pet Fest. More than 100 vendors there with products, other activities like pet costumes.
This year we also added Kitty City, which is brand new. We have never had Kitty City before, and the centerpiece is a castle made out of 6,000 From cat food cans.
OMG.
That we'll be donating the whole thing to the hurricane relief.
Oh, that's great.
That's right. And you've got those great specials as well. You've got things going on for the hurricane as well. First, you've got the hurricane relief donation stations. You can bring beds, leashes, foods, toys, and then for every bag purchased of food, you'll donate of From food, you'll donate a bag of From food as well. So Hurricane Relief, take advantage of that donation station. Giveaways, you also have for the first 2,500 people to visit Kitty City, they'll get a can of From cat food. Awesome. As well as the first 200 people who go through the gates will get a free t-shirt, and petfestmke.com is where you can find out more. It's free parking. It's going on this Saturday, the 23rd from 10 to 6. You can bring your pets, just make sure they're vaccinated and on leashes and like other pets, right?
Absolutely, yep.
So it's free parking, is the festival itself is free also?
It is too, everything's free, and you get free stuff for coming. I mean, is there anything that not to love?
Can't get better than that. Great to see both of you. Thank you so much.
Blue says thanks too.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Tiff,
Blue.
thanks for bringing him in. That was a big effort today.
I loved it. You did a good job, bud.
Great job. I love it.
Good job.
All right, thanks you guys.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.